Southeast Desert Metal, Break the Silence, 10 tracks for 41 minutes, the second studio album for the metal band out of Central Australia, released November 2018 via the Black Wreath. Can't find the producer info on this one, unfortunately, but 2 promo tracks have been released in Rainmaker and the title track. This band's been making some serious waves over the last few years, so we're excited to finally get around to reviewing this one. Well, I was anyway. Tim?
I actually really enjoyed this album. First of all, I didn't know they were from Central Australia, so the name actually is...
Fitting.
Really fitting. That's actually pretty cool. Because when I first heard Southeast Desert Metal, I was thinking like, I don't know, Black Label Society kind of thing. Yeah, and listening to the album, it's definitely not that, but coming through, it's really good. I was getting some kind of Accident of Birth, Bruce Dickinson kind of vibes in terms of the songwriting and the song structure and just the way everything kind of moved into the next thing. The instrumental sections had that kind of, a similar kind of vibe of the thing. And the way they used the half timing and subdivisions going into the choruses and out of that to break up the album and break up the songs, which was fantastic. I love the production. There was a nice bit of sandpaper on there. It was a little bit gritty and a little bit rough without being amateurish. It was done in the right way. Everything came through. Everything sounded great. Really good album. Honestly, if you're anywhere into distorted guitars, then check this out, because it's not complex. It's not doing too many things that haven't been done before, but it's a good heavy rock album done incredibly well. Spirit Woman was my highlight. 8 out of 10.
Cool.
Fantastic record. Well done.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny you say the Zakk Wylde thing, because I thought the first minute or 30 seconds when it sounded very much like a Black Label Society Zakk Wylde thing, and then it kicks into this double kick thing, and I thought, okay, that's different.
Yep.
Again, sometimes when you just read a band name, it paints a picture, and 2 times it's happened to me, and that picture has been fucked, because it's not what I thought was going to happen. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not what I was expecting. It has some clever grooves, and some of the playing is actually very good. I thought the production was fantastic. I loved it. I just thought it was just enough production and enough to keep it real sounding. I just thought it's almost like a new metal, but with an old school writing style. The stages were all there. But the thing that did dropped off or was lacking for me was the vocals. I just didn't gravitate to the vocals. And it actually took me away. I was getting very distracted by some of the vocals, and it just wasn't for me. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I think this band has a lot of room to move, and I think they haven't hit the ice yet. They haven't even touched it. So I'm interested to see if they can stick it together and keep going and a second or third release, and I think they'll hit it out of the park. Spirit Woman, Rainmaker, Raise Our Flag, and Healer were my ones that I thought were pretty good.
Cool. The opening track starts off with the slow acoustic section, which I really wasn't expecting, because the songs I've heard before have been pretty...
The last one's been pretty heavy,
but it got my attention straight away, because it was a bit left of field. And it quickly goes seamlessly into the heavy part. These guys really know how to structure a song, and they paint a story with the lyrics. The lyrics are pretty well done. Some very cool guitar riffs, and I really like the guitar tone. Sometimes it's cool to kind of dial back a bit on the distortion. It makes everything really nice and clear. Like the diversity of themes within the album. I was expecting some serious stuff, and you get that, but there's also some more laid back and mellow stuff as well, which is cool. It's a good, diverse listen. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. I like Break the Silence, Don't Walk Away, Send Me an Angel, and Rising Storm.
Okay.
I hadn't heard these guys before either, so like these guys were saying, it was a long way from what I expected to hear. I'd obviously seen the name, I knew about them, I'd seen pictures of them, so we know they got the Indigenous guys in there, and I really had no idea what I was about to listen to. And
this is a little bit different to the previous one, but
yeah, I think after Alien Weaponry and just seeing that they were Indigenous guys, I was kind of hoping
something
I was
like
going
that.
to get a bit of that, and it wasn't there, and it's not a blind on the band, it's just... It's the old picture you paint for yourself, your expectation, and it wasn't there. Which was weird, because I think ironically it's more sort of a straight up metal, and they even get a European power metal to it, which was probably the furthest thing from what I was expecting, but it's done bloody well. lyrically, I find it's pretty powerful and pretty direct.
Yeah.
There's not much poetic going on here. They've got a message and they're going straight for it and they're telling you what they think about it, and it's done really well. They're playing, I think, next week here, and I'm really going to have to catch them live now on the back of this, because I've seen a couple of YouTube clips of them playing live and they really seem to be able to smash it out. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I have just lost my... There it is. And where'd it go? There it is. Yes. I love the cover art too.
Yeah.
So we don't talk about it enough. The cover art was really, really cool. Love it. If you like your metal, it's worth a listen. It's awesome. I give it 8 out of 10. Highlights are Raise Our Flag, Road Through Hell, Rising Storm, and Break the Silence.
Well, this is intense stuff, but not so much musically. That still has plenty of balls, but for me, the lyrics is where the intensity lay on this album. They don't pull any punches in that regard. It's very much a traditional metal band, which it might be surprising for people that Central Australia, it's like, they're not normally thinking about. It's not all we connotate. From us in Melbourne, we don't think of Central Australia and traditional metal bands, but this is what this pretty much falls into for mine. But I think also that being in such an isolated spot has given this one a bit of a unique twist. I thought the drumming was fantastic on this. I thought that was really cool. The bass stands out as well. The riffs are perfect for this. The vocals are solid. I get what you're saying about they're not going to win everyone over. The vocals they're not. I think they're good. I like them, but I just think there's a genuine raw aspect to the voice which is not perfect, and it might put some people out of it a little bit. For mine, it was a bit refreshing actually. It's not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be about more of the emotive stance on things, as opposed to how much can I hit this note and that note, whatever else have you. It just was a more real performance from mine. I thought there were some very cool solos, and the finer note choices they made within the songwriting was really cool too. It's very much a metal album composition-wise. The lyrics and the riffs go hand in hand with the vibe. The softer times have softer lyrics. The heavier stuff has the heavier lyrics. There's some very cool hooks in this though, and I love the tempo shifts they take on this record. It's not anything terribly new musically. You have heard a lot of this sort of stuff before, but lyrically is where I find they really did jump out, and I've said it a few times because it really does stand out to me. It's well-written stuff. If you like your metal, I think you need to hear this record personally. But on those lyrics, I want to make a point that I think it's intense, yet it's also enlightening.
Yeah.
It's powerful stuff being voiced that I think needs to be done more from bands today, and I'm a white guy in Melbourne. I have no idea what their lives are like. And this gives me a window into that life for them and their feelings on certain issues in the world today and stuff. And for mine, it was a little bit sort of, okay, this is a good way to express this kind of stuff. It's not jumping up and down to Facebook and banging the drum. It's they're actually putting it into the right, and I love the message being conveyed in that process. It's educational and empowering. And I think that it's not just an Aboriginal message. There's a lot of this stuff that translates across the board for just don't be a dickhead in general kind of stuff. I thought the production was good, nice and even, keeps it all real. It's got a good balance. It's a nice mix with the sandpaper applied to, like you were saying. It's no need for further tricks on this. Just get the band in a room, capture it, and let it go. And it suits them perfectly. It sounds great pumping out of the speakers. You turn this up, it sounds fantastic. I love the flow on the album. It's got great peaks and troughs on there. It's got a range of emotions expressed in wonderful ways, and it takes one on a journey. Plenty heavy stuff, but there's also stuff that would actually go well on radio, I thought, if it was actually given a shot to do so. It's really well balanced. If you like metal at all, get onto this one. That said, I think that anyone at all out there should give this at least just one spin to see what you think of it for yourself. It's different, it's unique in a lot of respects. I like how this one stands out due to those lyrics. The closest I've come in my experience so far is Midnight Oil, but this is more impactful than that due to the origin of the band, and I love the way that made me feel when I was listening to it. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Road Through Hell, Rainmaker, Raise Our Flag, Don't Walk Away, and Healer. My standouts. Check it out for yourselves. Let us know what you think. John Garcia.
We did the hot topic of bands need to be more political and actually give a shit.
And this one did.
These guys did it.
Yep. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have heard
you're both out?
Yeah. Some traditional
spread out a little bit.
Though.
I get what you mean.
I can understand they probably deliberately didn't.
It'll be then more of the same if they did that kind of a thing, and I'm like, nah. I didn't mind that they didn't.
That was the picture I painted in my head.
Yeah.
I'm not in China.
No. There you were. And you get the reflection of the pasty white skin. It's like, I know you're here now. Who wants to go first on John Garcia? Out of you two, flip a coin.
Where are we?